I'm Trevor Williams with Global Atlanta, and we're here with Willard Wigan, who is a micro-sculpturist. Willard, thank you so much for being here with us.
It's a pleasure, Trev.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what micro-sculpture is and how you came about doing this kind of art?
Micro-sculpture is what it is. What I do, I create artwork that fits through the eye of a needle, and even smaller. It's to do this type of art, you have to have a serious mental and physical control over your body. It's not just being able to keep still, it's having the ability to do it. This is 48 years of my life. It all started when I was 5. When I was at school, I didn't do that well academically because I had suffered from slight learning difficulties, which I still do. May not detect it, but I do have it. It's something that I can't help. It's the way I was born. My school life was a nightmare for me because the teacher one teacher in particular, she, I'll say her name is Mrs. Adams. She was a horrible teacher. She used to make it a hobby to humiliate me. She said something to me so humiliating that it sticks in my mind, and it'll be here always. She said the word failure was invented because of you. And that was enough to take away every single ounce of confidence that I had, because I was trying to spell, I was trying to write, trying to do my arithmetic, but she decided that she wanted to use me as an example of failure, so she used to exhibit me around the school. She'd take me around the school and tell all the kids that I am the consequence of failure, and this is what happens when you don't listen.
So you started making small things to kind of escape from that?
Yeah, well, I escaped. From that day on, I decided I didn't want to be at school. My body was there, my mind wasn't, so I used to take my mind and body away from school and hide in the shed at the back of the garden where I used to live in. I lived in like a little country village area in England. It was quite a peaceful place. I just wanted to be there. I didn't really want to be at school, so I just found solitude there. So how this work came about? This is how it all started. I remember one summer, 1962. Yep, I remember looking down, hiding in the shed, and then coming out, because my mother used to go to work. She used to work part-time, and I came out when it was quite safe, knowing that she wasn't at work, sorry. So I came out and I sat down on the ground, and I was just looking at the ground, and I saw all these little holes in the ground. Then I saw ants coming out the ground, just their heads popping out and going back down again, and I just went into like a little fantasy world. My mind started just drifting. And then I started to think, perhaps these ants need somewhere to live, because they shouldn't really live in little holes. And then I saw an ant carrying a little blade of grass, and that's when I thought, wow, he's trying to build a house, so I'm going to help him. And I built a series of these houses, probably about 15 or 20 of these houses. And then I decided to make them furniture, which is the same sort of thing, Right.
So now you're making things that are smaller than ants.
Well, not only did I make furniture, I made them merry-go-rounds, carousels, ladders, little rocking horses, seesaws. I just got carried away, and my mother seen it. And then my mother's encouraged me by telling me that I should continue to make small things.
Mm-hmm. So your mother was reversing the negative sentiments that you got
because
at school.
my mother said something to me. She said the smaller my work, if I carry on making small things, my name will get big. So she said the smaller my work, the bigger my name will become. But I didn't know what she meant by that. I just thought the letters in my name would get big, because I didn't quite understand it. But as I got older, I understood exactly what she was telling me. And you know, years have moved on, and now I'm doing sculptures that are so small that it defies.
Why don't you describe a few of the pieces here for us? You have one on an eyelash, I know.
Yeah, I did one of Charlie Chaplin on the end of an eyelash. What I do now, from the age of 5 till now, my tools and my skills have improved. I have to now make tools sharp enough and small enough to be able to cut the material that I choose. And what I normally do is smash up little bits of diamond, only a small industrial diamond, or perhaps a diamond that's fallen out of a ring. Smash it up underneath a microscope, then little splinters come out. And what I do, I get a little needle and I dip the needle into super glue and touch the diamond, and just like a little bee sting on the end. And I use that as a little tool to slice the material that I'm going to use. And then but what I do is I now have to work between my heartbeat, because my work has now got so small that I have to be almost a dead man working. I have to concentrate because I'm working on a molecular level.
How did you train your body to do that? Is that something that just came naturally to you, or did you, over these four plus decades that you've been working on this stuff, have you developed that?
I think I use my work as a defense. I defended myself with my work, because after the teacher told me that I was almost illiterate, I suppose that's the only word I could use. That's what that meant. So I said to myself that I'm going to create something that's going to be. It's almost like wanting to tell people how big nothing can become, because she made me feel like nothing. So my artwork has defended me to the degree now where, the doors have completely opened. It's almost like it's an atom bomb. It's these small little sculptures have created this colossal explosion of excitement into the world, to the degree that I had a letter from the Queen. So I was honoured, and I received the MBE from the Queen.
Did you have any formal art training?
No. The only training I had was, I suppose, training myself to actually get a bit of revenge back. So I had that qualification. So I had to prove to myself, what I was capable of. So it's a compensation, if that's the right word. It's almost like an extremity of compensation, because whatever I did, I was always saying to myself, it's not small enough. So I challenged myself all the time.
Well, like any artist,
it was never small enough, because my mother told me the smaller my work, the bigger my name will become. I continued to do it. Even now, as small as what you've seen now, it's still not the smallest artwork that I have. I have artwork measuring 5 microns.
What do you plan to accomplish on your exhibitions here in the United States?
I just wanted to show people what human beings are capable of doing. I wanted to show them that man is a machine.
But that almost seems counterintuitive. Humans having this ability to create, but you're saying a machine at the same time.
Yeah, but you see, man is, we made the machine. We are the wonders. So I wanted to show, God gave me this gift. He threw it to me and I caught it. And I ran with it. But at the same time, I'm sharing it with the world. I'm showing people what his powers are capable of doing.